Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Weird Skin Podcast. I am Andrew.
And it's your girl, Darlie.
And yeah, let's do this thing. So, this is going to be a pretty serious episode. I'm not going to lie to you. It's about a very controversial video, controversial topic. We are going to talk about the Aries and Tiffany Haddish controversy.
Yes.
If you don't know, look it up. It's literally everywhere, but you know what we're talking about. So let's just get right into it. Both of them need At first I was like, both of them need to be done. But now I'm more so on the side of Aries just needs to get out of here. Like, he's been a has-been already, like, honestly. And, I don't know, to me personally, I love comedians, especially New York comedians. He's just never been funny to me like that. He's gotten a couple chuckles here from me and there, but honestly, nah, you're not funny enough to get away with this. No one's funny enough to get away with this, but nah, like that video was ridiculous.
I'm just on the fact they both gotta go. I'm sorry, both of them, they gotta go.
Me personally, I don't think so, only because, the whole child abuse, child assault, video, as nasty as it was, as disgusting as it was more so Aries, like, being the hand of everything. Yeah. Tiffany Haddish played a role, and she played the role of a neglectful mother. And, I know both of them are saying, oh, it's supposed to be an educational, funny video. Get out of here. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to believe that.
There's ways, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
But there's ways to make it an educational video.
Mm-hmm.
There's ways, like, they could have done things to watch out for, or signs of this horrible, disgusting person. There's ways to make it educational without crossing that line. And they severely and utterly, they didn't cross the line. They hopped over it, skipped, flipped, and sprinted across that line.
Yeah. It's such a touchy subject. Like, first of all, making educational videos about it is already uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I get there are, like, jokes that are said, and key word they are said. I know some comedians push the envelope when it comes to child abuse, child assault, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Child abuse, child assault, all that kind of stuff. There's jokes there where they try to flip it or they try to make it seem funny. And, a lot of them are hit or miss. But I've never seen someone make a video about it, like, and it actually succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even shows as dark as Family Guy and American Dad, even South Park. South Park made an episode about that. The Man-Boy Love Association, whatever. Even that episode was deemed creepy. Like, it was deemed creepy, and they didn't even show anything as far as Aries did with this video. They just showed men trying to fight for their rights to be with little boys, and yeah, there are some scenes where they're with the little boys, but they're not touching on them. They're just in the scenes with them. It's still, like, what Aries did is weird. It's just sick and weird. Like,
mm-hmm.
I unfortunately watched the whole video only to inform myself about this topic, because as soon as I watched the video, I told her about it, and I was like, we need to talk about this video as soon as possible. To me, we're a little late. Like, it's been almost almost 2 weeks?
It's been like I think it's been a week now.
Yeah, it's almost a week. Coming on the second week. I think we're late. I think we should have been talking about it, like, the third day, but she didn't want to watch the video.
Cause, like, honestly, cause it's gross. Like,
and I don't blame her for not wanting to watch the video.
Yeah.
Cause when I watched it, halfway I was just like, bro, I don't want to watch this. And then I was just like, no, let me finish it. Because everybody was just like, is that horrible? Well, we're going to break down what makes it horrible. And we're going to break down our thoughts about it. It's just, I just want to say right now, Aries got to be done. You fuck his podcast. That lame ass podcast he does with the other old man. No respect to the other dude, but fuck his podcast. His comedy career was always shit. And bro, just a hypocrite, especially with that Lizzo situation coming out. I was not with that what he said about Lizzo. Like, how you gonna talk about her and you're out here making you're out here with videos of touching little boys? You're literally touching little boys.
And my other thing is this, right? He has so much. Like, the whole Lizzo situation doesn't make sense either. Like, you talking about big girl this, big girl. Like, sir, you are the big girl. Like, you are the big girl. And it's just like, for you to look crusty as hell, like, as you are.
And greasy as fuck.
And
bro.
greasy as fuck.
In that one video where you're, like, not glistening across your fucking forehead. Or breathing heavy as shit, like...
Like, dude, you look like you haven't had a shape up in years. One in that weird ass video, and then in general, like, you aged terribly. I found pictures of you online in the early 90s. What the fuck happened to you, dude?
Bro, you stay the same.
See all that negativity. Look at you. Black crack for you, sir. Like, come on, man. No.
And you're out here with a video, but like, I'm sorry, I'm not meaning to rant, but like stuff like this really pisses me off.
Right.
Like it breaks my heart seeing like content like this being made. It's weird. So like I'm not meaning to rant, but back to my point where I think it's just Aries that needs to go. Tiffany, okay, yeah, you know what?
She gotta go. I'm sorry.
No, me personally, I don't think Tiffany Haddish needs to go. Only for the simple fact is that, in a way, and I'm not saying I understand. In a way, I just see her as someone who was starving for a role. Starving to have a place with a big name person. I know the video was like 7, 8, almost 10 years old. I think like that, somewhere between that. I don't really remember, but she wasn't popping around that time. She really wasn't. And Aries Spears, you know, I guess he made a big name in the world of comedy. So her acting was cringe. Clearly, I don't know if she was just starting off, but her acting sucked. And her role as the neglectful mother, that's the worst role possible. It's just like, I think she was just starving for a role. I think she was just starving to get some notoriety because at that time, you really gotta read these damn like scripts. You listen to the idea and be like, do I want even part of this?
I mean, there's lots of movie roles out there where people play terrible roles.
Yeah, and this wasn't even a movie. This was a skit for his website.
Yeah, I get that. There are films out there, right, where lots of actors have taken on the role of these people, whether it's a serial killer, whether it's a child abuser, all these things. They portray those things. Like, for example, Monique, when she played Precious's mom in the movie Precious, I remember this is a whole different topic about how people of color are stereotyped into certain roles, and people were just like, all these movies, all these positive and uplifting and family movies that she did, but she gets an Oscar to be, you know, as Precious's mom because she didn't win an Oscar for that.
Yeah.
So it's just like there are these roles. In an interesting way, they have to exist just so that people can watch these things and just like, you know, all of this for entertainment purposes. Yes, being Precious's mom was for entertainment purposes, but she had a role to play versus this skit. This skit, if it was going to be educational, like I said, it should have been a things to watch out for. It could have been, these are how pedophiles are, like, this is how child abusers are, or
how to identify a pedophile. Like, yeah, you could have did anything, bro. Like, yeah, I'm sorry, like, but I don't know. I can't say I sympathize with her, but like I said, to me, she was just starving for a role, starving to act, starving to get her name. People do some crazy ass stuff when they're trying to get up. Like before the content I make now, you know, back in the early 2000s, and when I was a young boy, when I was literally 15, 16, 17, I made some YouTube videos that I cringe back on, and I'm just like, ugh, I can't believe I did that. I played some roles, I made some characters that I thought were gonna get laughs. Like right now, I'll just say, there's videos of me, and I'm saying it first before anybody else could like blackmail me if I ever get big or when things start taking off for me, because the internet seems to love doing that. There are roles of me, you know, making dumbass jokes primarily towards gay people. You know, I said the F slur because it was comedy back then. Back in the 2010, where the Shane Dawson era,
yeah,
Sierra 1216, or whatever the hell his name was, primarily when white creators were making everything on YouTube and everything was skit comedy, and you make jokes about people of color. You make jokes about the LGBTQs, like calling someone gay. A
lot of race jokes.
A lot of race jokes. I even made race jokes about myself. like just trying to get comedy because like back then, that was literally the content, and I regret it. I deleted all the videos. If anybody ever finds it, you're hearing it from me right now. I have had put stuff out there like that. It wasn't crazy, but never would I thought, you know what might be funny? Being a pedophile. Never. You can't flip that. Like, I'm sorry. You can never flip pedophilia into comedy.
Nah.
Like I said, even the shows that try to do it now, they don't. It's not that funny. It's just cringe. It's weird. You cannot flip that into comedy.
Yeah.
So right now, even back then, as the stupid teenager I was, I would have never went like, oh yeah, let's make a pedophile type video and think it's funny. No, I would never. You gotta be smarter with roles. You can't be desperate. You can't be that desperate to the point where you're just throwing away morals.
Yeah.
No matter, I would have if I was Tiffany, I would have sat down with him and been like, explain to me bit by bit how this is funny and how this is educational. Because like I said, we're going to break down the video and none of it was funny. None of it was educational. The only thing I got from that video was that Tiffany was a weirdo who brought her siblings or family or whatever the hell they were.
It was like her niece or cousin, some shit.
Yeah, or some people that knew.
A family member. Yeah.
Yeah. She put those kids in harm's way. In the name of comedy for her selfish reasons. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, she needs to go too.
I told you.
Because you know what? Now that I'm thinking deeply about it, now that I'm saying it out loud,
she has to go. I'm sorry, she has to go.
Because if she put those kids in harm's way, because first of all, the little boy looked uncomfortable as hell in the video. He looked uncomfortable.
And them tight underwear. Oh my God, I can't.
Like I said, we're gonna break it down.
I can't.
But if she's the reason that they were there, and some of the stuff I read that she said to do, you know what? They both need to go. It's over. Yeah, they both need to go. But let's break down this video. We're gonna talk about it in each perspective. Donnie can go first.
All right, so I took some notes while watching the video, and yes, I watched the censored version of the video because I did not want to see none of that. I didn't want to see any of it. That's another reason. Again, like Andrew explained, this is why this is delayed because I can't. I literally can't. It's disgusting. But yeah, let's get into it. So, Aries Spears, right, played the role of, was it Uncle Pete?
Yeah.
Uncle Pete, right? And he just looked crusty, right?
He looked at himself.
I'm sorry. This is not a laughing matter, but I'm sorry. He was just crusty, right? And she came in like, hey, can you watch my kids? Blah, blah, blah. Like, it was so weird. And then as the video goes on, mind you, the kid came in clothes. Why in the video, all of a sudden, the kid is in some tight underwear or something? Like, he was like, I don't know. Because I saw some clips and, like, screenshots of him. Of, like, the kid wearing, like, tight underwear. But then I'm watching the video, obviously it's censored. They've covered most of the stuff. And you see him looking through the newspaper, looking at the kid at his private parts and rubbing oil on the kid's back. I'm like, no. No, the whole time, like, I wanted to throw up watching this video. And then, the next scene, like, the kid was like,
oh my God, yeah.
It was gross.
He was rubbing like a train.
Yeah.
He was like rubbing on a train. Like,
it was.
You know what the indication with that was.
Yes, it was like weird. Like, you're having this child also do sexual innuendos. Like, no. And then the scene that bothered me the most was a kid in the bathtub. And then he jumped in the bathtub with this child. Like, Tiffany, Miss Has-Been now. Like, why do you think this is funny? Please explain where in this video, where was it supposed to be funny? Because I didn't laugh once while watching the video. There are people out here who have been assaulted. There are children out here who have been assaulted and they have to grow up with that. Now your family member have to grow up with that. You're disgusting. And on top of that, right? It's just like what Drew said, the desperation of roles, the desperation. Like, you could have done anything. There's anything. You could have had a kids, like you could have done a funny family type video or something. Out of all the things you think of, yeah, let's make a pedophile video and haha, it's funny.
It would have been less. It would have been more comedic and less freaking weird if you would have played the fucking kid. her grown ass would have played the fucking kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, do what the shit SNL does. Fucking make little fucking grown ass people play the little roles. You got actual kids in the damn video. You took your time. He told you I wanted kids, and you got kids. Yeah, you're equally as weird, bro. I would have been like, I'm clearly in my late 20s. Why don't I play the child and you play the creepy adult?
And then you're like pushing it like
for that the video could have just been cringe at that point. It could have just been fucking cringe instead of just being weird cringe. Like,
not even weird, cause disgusting.
Yeah, disgusting.
Like, it's gross. Like, I don't know why you thought that this was funny. It doesn't matter what time period it was, whatever. Because in the early 2010s, late 2000s, right? Again, there was race jokes. There's all these things. Nobody played with pedophilia stuff. Nobody played about that. Nobody. Like, it's just I literally can't fathom it.
So that's Darley's take on it. Me, I saw the uncensored version on World Star because that's where I first heard about it. Because it was like in bold letters, controversial video, Aries Spirit, Tiffany Haddish. I'm just like, what is that? What the hell? So I watched it. They had the uncensored version before they took it down. Now the uncensored version isn't much different than the one you saw, because the censored version, they just had a box over the kid's body, but in this version, the kid was damn near naked. He had tight ass tidy whities. The video was just a bunch of up close crotch shots of the kid and up close butt shots of the kid playing with toys. They had him bending over. They had him like legs spread open, and Aries is just like with a newspaper looking at him. And I love how he tried to come at other celebrities who were like under fire for this kind of stuff. He was playing R. Kelly in the back, and who do you mention in the video?
Sandusky.
Yeah, he mentioned Sandusky at one point. But bro, like,
if you don't know who Sandusky is, it's a case that happened in Pennsylvania in Penn State, but that's a whole different thing.
Like, bro, you're trying to be comedic controversial when you're doing something controversial yourself. And to me personally, I feel, this is my opinion, this isn't a fact, nothing. It's just weird. Like, some people in the comments were saying, oh, this is clearly, you made softcore kiddie porn.
Yeah.
Basically. And then you basically did this to fulfill your own fantasy, and I don't blame them for having that opinion. Yeah. Like, I don't blame them for seeing it that way, because that's what it looks like. Like, nothing about this was weird. You were rubbing baby oil on a kid, bro. You were, like, touching him in the bathtub, wrestling around with him in the bathtub. Like, you're weird,
and he
bro.
Jumped in the bathtub, like, what was
you're really weird, and then on top of that, it's just, like, you're trying to come at other celebrities, and you're literally on video doing this stuff.
And you look crusty as hell coming at these celebrities, sir.
And my thing is, like, you have the nerve to talk about, like, he doubling, tripling, quadrupling down on your Instagram, like, you're like, this doesn't bother you, like, you're not scared, bro. You're terrified. I know you are, bro. I know you. Anybody would be terrified put in this situation.
Exactly.
But you're trying to double down, like, you're not scared, bro. You're not. First of all, only thing tough about you is that crust around your body, bro.
Toughest crust I've ever seen in my life.
Seriously, like,
dusty bull.
Like, I don't want, like, no, you can't tell me you're not over here panicking. Like, you're on your podcast talking about, and mind you, I don't listen to that lame ass podcast. You're just clips that going viral on Instagram. You're in your podcast talking about this is a shakedown. They want money now. Whether or not those people were known to be scammers, whether the parents of the children were known to be a scammer, either way,
you still made that video.
And it's damning proof, bro. And those kids probably are traumatized from the video and whatever else y'all did. Like, he was a kid. I don't think he was understanding what the point of the video was. He looked way too young. And maybe he did. Maybe he does. Even, whether he wants cash or not, maybe it did fuck him up in a way. To think, like, yeah, even though it was comedy, like, you were still touching on him.
Yep.
Like, I don't care. You were still touching on him. You were still caressing his fucking foot in the bathtub. You're weird. You're weird, bro. And then the video just makes me mad every time I think about it. There was nothing educational about it. There was just nothing educational about it.
Absolutely.
And I'm saying this right now. The only ones defending Aries Spears and Tiffany Haddish in the video, and I'm not even surprised, it's mad old heads. Mad old heads. The same people that defend the same people that defend R. Kelly. Any celebrity over the age of 35 or 40. I'm gonna say 40 because
40.
40. All the old heads above the age of 40, y'all generation sees nothing wrong with that. That's something that is so common among y'all, and y'all will take it to the grave. I'm not surprised at defending Aries and R. Kelly and Tiffany Haddish. I'm not surprised. It's all the old heads in there, men and women.
Which
you're still a goat. You're still a goat. You used to crack me up when I used to go and watch you down at the comedy at the comedy events. Oh, you're still a goat. Oh, people are just too sensitive nowadays. All you old heads disgust me. When it comes to pedophilia in the families and among races, among cultures, it's literally rampant back with the older generations. Because our generation and the younger ones, I'm not saying we're putting a stop to it, but we're definitely quick to call it out.
Yep.
Like we look at motherfuckers who we damn everything that's even close to it. Like our generation is the one who says that our generation in Gen Z, we're the ones saying if you're a senior in high school, you're weird for dating freshmen. We don't want to be associated with that kind of name at all. Like
right.
Because majority of us went through that. Majority of us went through that. Whether it be family, whether it be a neighborhood friend, whether it happened, a majority of us went through that, and we see how fucked up it is, and we peep that it's a cycle, and we're trying to put an end to it.
Right.
I'm never gonna say that it's gonna stop 100%, but with each generation passing, it's getting tiresome.
Yeah, and it's just like because again, our like Gen Z and millennials are definitely focused on mental health more than ever. Our generations are definitely is definitely very, very mental health based, and they don't play that. If anything affects our mental health, bye. We're quick to end that.
But the point I was trying to make here in America, when it comes to pedophilia, race be damned, because each culture, each race allows. And I'm speaking for the older generations, like our parents and then our grandparents before them. Before everything was put on the internet, before there were camera phones, before there was cameras, period. Race be damned. I know among people of color, there's a lot of cases where, and I'm not trying to step on any toes when I say this, but I think it's common knowledge now. Among people of color, there's a lot of situations where if it's family, you got to be quiet about it. You're taught to be quiet about it. You're taught to woman up, man up. Don't talk about it. It never happened. Right. That's still family. You still gotta love them. We come from a generation where we're forced to hug people we don't want to hug.
Right.
Give people respect we don't want to give. And it's a situation where it's a family friend, and for some reason or another, the older generation thought we were too fast. Our generation was too fast. Wanted to be grown too fast. And when a lot of us spoke about it, it's you're lying. You're just too fast. I seen you with the other little boys, the other little girls, and I'm just like, bro, there was no solace. There was no help. And when I notice among the white cultures, they're quicker to report it when it's family, in some cases, but when it comes to respected figures who have money, they'll let it happen.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe in the suburbs, if the head of the fucking home association, if he or she is a pedophile and they touch your kids, you don't want to get they care more about being liked among the community, so they'll be like, oh sweetie, you gotta know it didn't happen. Just pray it away, baby. Talk to Jesus about it or something like that.
It's about image. It's about
image. Yeah,
caring about what other people think.
Yeah, that's what I see.
Yeah.
In white communities, it's more about image. In people of color communities, whether it be Black, Latino, Asians, Native, all that kind of stuff. It's more about keeping the family together, not tearing your family apart.
Right. Everything is community based.
Yeah. So it's just I don't know, man. All I know is that our generation, I don't know the statistics. But I know what I've seen in our generation, millennials and Gen Z, a lot of us don't want to play with that. A lot of us don't even attempt to that. Because so many of us have been hurt, and more of us are getting therapy. So, and more of us see the consequences of it. And see, I'm not saying there aren't, people like that in our generations. Of course there are. But Well, our generation is a lot quicker to call it out. Put you on blast.
Right.
Ruin your whole life.
Right.
We don't play. It's not played like that.
There's a lot more people of color that are. It's funny that you mentioned about that, because like a lot of millennials, right? Uh-huh. So it's been statistically proven that millennials are the most educated, right, generation out there, but they're also the least employed, right? Mm-hmm. However, those millennials that are working in the workforce and everything, right, a lot of them are therapists. A lot of them are in fields where they can help younger people, mm-hmm. Seeking therapy. And they even said it themselves, right? Because I did my undergrad in psych and I'm doing my master's in social work, right? And I'm seeing it now where a lot of these little things are happening. That 15-year-old girl that used to sneak out of her mom's house to hop in that 25-year-old dude's car, mm-hmm. That 15-year-old girl who's dating some 19-year-old dude.
Yeah.
Right? And you see the memes about it, right? Yeah. See, there's memes where it's just like, oh, when you're 15, you sneak out of your mom's house and you're some 20-something dude's car. Like, if there's, like, it's slightly comedic, right? Mm-hmm. It's a meme, yes, but it's also, like, bringing awareness. Like, hey, this is not a good thing, But there's, like I said before, there are ways to talk about it. Like, I don't understand why would they try to flip it and say, oh, it's educational. If he would have simply said, or if she would have simply said, oh, we thought it was funny, so we decided to make the video, I would have just a drop of more respect for them to just admit it versus, oh, it was educational, funny, yeah. No, and it's just like, this is so problematic. And like what Drew said, like, it's so common in the older generation to just sweep that stuff under the rug and just be like, shh. Like, it's just so annoying. Like, why? How are you? And I feel like, I'm like, they know that they're traumatized about it and they're just trying to, like, cover it or something. Like, I don't even know, man. Stuff like that is just so upsetting and it's sick.
I don't know. A lot of old heads are pedophile sympathizers and supporters. I don't care what nobody says. If you defend R. Kelly, if you defend Aries Spears in this situation, just because they make some good content that you enjoyed and you hate the younger generation so much, and I'm not even gonna lie, there are some people in our generation and Gen Z who are defending them because just to be edgy.
Yeah.
But like, if you defend this kind of stuff, I look at you like a pedophile supporter, and I do not care what you can't convince me you're not.
If you defend it, I feel like you're a pedophile yourself. I'm sorry, because it's just like, why are you defending this?
You're a pedophile supporter, and I pray you don't have kids. And if you do, I pray there's someone looking out for them, because it's not gonna be you. It's not gonna be you.
Right.
It's not. If you're defending any of this, it's not gonna be you. You're a horrible parent. You don't deserve to be around kids. You don't deserve to have kids. Nothing like that. I think nothing highly of people who defend this kind of stuff.
Yep.
I just don't. I'm sorry. It's just as bad as defending rapists. Mm-hmm. Like, you're weird.
I just hope that from now on, people are going to be more diligent about protecting children. Like, children are the future of everything. They're your legacy. They are innocent. They don't know anything. And they soak up everything. For you to... I'm sorry, I'm about to cry. For you to defend and do that to children who do nothing wrong and know nothing, you're a piece of shit.
I won't be surprised because of how bad he's fighting for his life on Instagram and Twitter. I will not be surprised if Aries Spears tries to use videos like this and everything else that's being talked about him regarding this. I would not be surprised if he goes on live or he talks on his podcast or he goes on Instagram saying, see, I ended up doing what I intended to do. I'm bringing awareness to it. It's just painting me in a bad light because...
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. He's... What I've seen so far, dude looks like the kind of bull to like try to flip it any way possible so he can escape all this. He gives off that old head vibe where it's just like, oh, you can't hurt my feelings, blah, 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 blah. Because when people were coming to him about Lizzo, He made an ugly ass video where he danced to "You Can't Break My Soul," ugly as shit, acting like he wasn't hurt, bro. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say, bro. Keep Lizzo's name out your damn ugly ass mouth, bro. This is what happened. This is when like karma actually works immediately, bro. You came at her, and then your whole life fell apart, and we're all over here just laughing, bro. Yeah, that's our take on the video, and that's just our opinion on the whole controversy. We'd love to hear other people's opinions and what y'all think about it. Just comment down below. Let us know what you think. Do you agree with us? Do you think some parts of what we said is wrong? Anything we said on this podcast, feel free to let us know. And we'll respond on Instagram. But yeah, this has been the Weird Skin Podcast. Thank you for listening, and peace.
Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Weird Skin Podcast, okay? Good night.